just want to welcome everyone here today to our Contra Costa County Poetry Out Loud competition. Come on, come on. This is the best way to spend a Saturday with each one of you. My name is Jenny Belisle, and I am the Executive Founding Director of Arts Contra Costa County, Arts CCC. I've been an artist for many decades at this point, and I've taught at the Academy of Art University, UC Berkeley Extension, and other venues. I've been an arts advocate as being the chair of the Richmond Arts and Culture Commission and the Public Art Advisory Committee. And I feel so proud today to be here as the Executive Founding Director of Arts CCC. Just to give you a little background of who we are, so you're like, who is this person talking and what do they do? Just a year ago, like a year and 2 days, we became the official state-local partner by the Board of Supervisors as the County Arts Organization. That's a year ago. Okay, time goes like this, and each one of you know, time goes really quick. Part of our 5-year contract, we're creating a comprehensive arts portal. We're gonna have databases where we're gonna put artists, art organizations, venues, public artworks, because we feel like power is collecting that information, and so we can tell people they don't need to go out of Contra Costa County. They can stay right here and see the amazing artists. We're doing our monthly newsletter. We are doing quarterly county administration exhibits in Martinez. And I believe the 20th, we're gonna have the Art of the African Diaspora exhibit opening, so we hope you're gonna be able to join us for that. Mm-hmm. And one of the best things we have with that contract is we're doing Poetry Out Loud. And that is just amazing, because when I was the managing director of the Arts and Culture Commission of Contra Costa County, I did it virtually because we were dealing with the pandemic when it first happened. So we're here in space together, in person, doing this program. So we are a grassroots arts organization. Our top priority moving forward is really an equitable and sustainable arts foundation. We want something to exist. Even when I'm no longer here on this planet, I want an arts organization for this county to be here. We have, right? Okay, come on. We want that to keep on going. Our signature programs include a cultural corridor project that connects different communities throughout the county, and our poetry series program at Juvenile Hall, where we go in twice a month to do a poetry workshop, and we have Dante Clark here, one of the judges. Okay. And we are currently the only permanent Saturday arts program at Juvenile Hall with Trinity Youth. And we got a California Art Council grant, and we will be going into the co-ed unit for 6 months. And so we're really excited to be expanding that program. As we move into 2025, we are starting a Youth Arts Collective strategic plan, which is to integrate art into diversion programs by partnering with county-wide art organizations. So stay tuned. So we are planning to expand that for all youth in this county. So I have to do the thank yous, and then I'm gonna pass this over. We couldn't be here today without the Poetry Out Loud team of Esther Rojas Sota, right there. Brennan DeFrisco, right, Brennan, Jose Cordon, Jeremy Phillips, Robin Moore, and Brad Krebs. Also, we want to thank the judges here today. Naba Mizrahi, right here. Dante Clark, Jazz Souffet, right. Mallory Assis, right. Nazala Jamison, right. And we thank J.R. Bryce, who's going to be doing a special performance and sharing his art practice today. Right? Okay. Poetry Out Loud, it takes a whole team of funders and people to make this happen. So we want to say thank you to the California Arts Council, the National Endowments for the Arts, the Poetry Foundation, the Lesher and Family Foundation, and the Zellerbach Foundation. We want to thank the Contra Costa County Office of Education for providing this space and CCTV. It takes a whole coalition together to make these art programs happen. So I would like to take this time to introduce Contra Costa County Superintendent of Schools, Lynn Mackey. and she's just going to share a few words with you right now.
Thank you, Jenny. We so appreciate your work and your partnership. I want to congratulate all the Poetry Out Loud finalists today. Every year, yes, congratulations. Woo! Every year, this event inspires me beyond words. Poetry really has so much meaning to me in my life. Really, I didn't connect with education at all, not at all as a young person. And it wasn't until I was at DVC, Dattilo Valley College, and there was a poet and professor, Susan Brown, who had us just really, I took a poetry class. And I'd been a middle school dropout. I was like out of the whole system, right? And I took a poetry class with Susan Brown, this amazing poet, and she had us study poems and live the poems and do oration. And it sparked something in me that had me go take another class, and I went on to, to a four-year college and studied poetry, and it changed my life. It changed the trajectory of my life, and poetry did that. And I just, poetry is more than just words on a page. It's emotion, it's rhythm, and the oration of poetry it just brings it to life. And I just want to congratulate you all for just really bringing your voices. And I know because you're finalists, I know you've already moved audiences by this work. And I know you're going to move us today. I just really want to congratulate you for bringing your voice to Contra Costa County and to poetry, and to be part of this really wonderful organization and this competition. I can't wait to see what your futures hold. So thank you, and thank you for being here today, and thank everybody for coming.
So we could not make this program possible without the amazing Poetry Out Loud coordinator, Brennan DeFrisco. Okay? And thank you, Robin Moore, for bringing him here to us. Before we start this program, and Brennan, I just want to share Brennan's amazing background. He has been a National Poetry Slam finalist, a Pushcart Prize nominee, and he has been the program coordinator for Poetry Out Loud, California Poets in the Schools, and the San Francisco Arts Commission. He's an artist, advocate, and administrator. He's the real deal. He has participated in many, many, many poetry festivals across the West Coast, and his recent collection of poetry, Honeysuckle and Nightshade, was featured in the 2023 Portland Book Festivals of Literal Arts and Paul's Books. So let's get this program started, and let's get him on, okay? Hey, Brennan. Here you go.
Thank you, Jenny. Hello, everybody. My name is Brennan DeFrisco, and I will be your host for today. I thought I'd shock you all and kick off our ceremonies today with a poem. And generally speaking, when you're performing and competing, and nobody likes to go first. In Poetry Slam, we refer to this as the sacrificial poet. So I am going to go first so that nobody else has to. This is The Guest House by Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door, laughing, and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Thank you. We are here today to celebrate Contra Costa's high school students who have become their school's champions of Poetry Out Loud this year. For those who might not be familiar, Poetry Out Loud is a program that was started 20 years ago by the National Endowment of the Arts. Their goal is for every high school student in the country to memorize a poem each year for Poetry Out Loud. To do this, we have a competition that incentivizes students, organized as a pyramid of recitation competitions that begin in local schools and communities and classrooms, then move up to the county level, then the state, and finally the national competition. Since 2005, more than 4.4 million students in over 20,000 schools across the U.S. have participated in this program. Our group of finalists today represent the top performers from our participating schools in Contra Costa County. Please give them a round of applause. In addition to all the local and national organizations that make this program possible, I'd like to thank the teachers, librarians, and administrators that welcome Poetry Out Loud into their schools. It is how we are able to give this opportunity to our students. Real quick, just a short moment of embarrassment. If you are a teacher who has been part of this program, could you please stand up for a moment? I think teachers deserve a round of applause like every day, all the time, forever. But for right now, thank you all very much for what you do. We appreciate you greatly. I'd also like to thank our performance coaches and our volunteer judges who have supported this program over the past few months, without whom this would not be possible. So just one more round of applause for everybody who is part of this program. Thank you to our judges. Thank you to our hosts, Las Lomas, gratitude forward. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting our youth's poetry and recitation and performance. The arts is vital to all societies, all cultures. Everybody does it around the world because it is a necessary thing. It is not an extravagance or a luxury or a casual thing to be, considered every now and then. Art is part of us and our history and who we are. And these stories that spoke to these students, that they have chosen to speak to you today, that matters. That is deep. That is part of our collective stories that we are all sharing today. So again, thank you for you. Thank you for being here. I'd like to introduce you to our panel of judges for this competition. Nazila Jameson is a Bay Area-based performance poet, author, comedian, vocalist, and MC. Her first book of poetry, Evolutionary Heart, was released on Nomadic Press in 2016 and reprinted and re-released on Black Lawrence Press in 2023. Her work can be found in The Racket, Culture Counts Magazine, La Raíz Magazine, Better Ancestors, Sparkle and Blink, and The Town. She hosts the virtual open mic every first and third Friday on Zoom and gives the best hugs in the Bay Area. Please give a round of applause for Nazila. Nava Mizrahi, I hope I'm saying that right, thank you, is a leading advocate for human rights, LGBTQIA+, and the arts. Nava served on the Richmond Arts and Culture Commission as a Sisters in Solidarity co-organizer and a Suppressed Histories Archives board member. She is a lead advisor for Arts Contra Costa County. Please give a round of applause for Nava. Jazz Sufi is a queer Iranian-American poet and arts educator. Her work has been published or is upcoming in Best New Poets, Best of the Net, Agni, Black Warrior Review, Muzzle, and elsewhere. She is a National Poetry Slam finalist and my teammate from that year, and has received fellowships from Kundiman, The Watering Hole, and New York University, where she received her MFA. She is the current Poet Laureate of San Ramon, California, where she lives with her dog, Apollo. Please give a round of applause for Jazz. Dante Clark is a poet, author, and playwright from Richmond, California, who uses spoken word and performance as a healing space to shift culture and bridge community. Also one of our performance coaches from years past. Please give a round of applause for Dante. Mallory Assis is a poet from San Diego. Did I say that wrong? All right, cheers. Is a poet from San Diego, currently majoring in English and creative writing at St. Mary's College, while working towards her teaching credential. Mallory was the 2024 Youth Speaks Teen Poetry Slam champion and a member of the 2024 Youth Speaks Team and Berkeley Slam poetry team, who placed second at the Bigfoot Regional Festival this past summer. Please give a round of applause for Mallory. Our accuracy judge today, is Robin Moore. Robin's education in the fine arts, coupled with a career in project management, aptly prepared her for work with the Contra Costa County Arts and Culture Commission, where she served as director earlier in this century. While there, she developed Contra Costa's Poetry Out Loud program, and she served as POL County Coordinator for 15 years. She's happy to be here today helping the next generation of leadership. Taught me everything I know about this program. Please give a round of applause for Robin. Our tabulator in charge of all the math today is Brad Krebs. Brad is had a 42-year career in IT at UC Berkeley. In retirement, he has fed his lifelong appreciation for the arts by becoming a ceramicist and assisting in Poetry Out Loud competitions. Please give a round of applause for Brad. All right, today's winner will go on to represent Contra Costa County at the state competition in Sacramento this March. Our state winner will go on to represent California at the national finals this May in Washington, D.C. Also, self-care is important. Drink water when you need to. The competition consists of 2 rounds. In each round, contestants will recite their selected poems from memory, and our judges will award points according to a set of specific criteria. Our judges consider 5 areas in scoring these performances. They give separate scores for the voice and articulation of the performer, for their physical presence, for how their interpretation of the poem becomes part of the performance. They score for evidence of the performer's understanding of the work and their overall impression of the performance. A separate judge will score the accuracy of the recitation. Nothing is overlooked. The order of performances for each round was determined by virtue of a random draw. We will have a brief intermission after the first round for everybody to take care of themselves as you'd see fit. So now, teachers, students, family, friends, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the movement of word and verse of poetry as we present you, with no further ado, the 2025 Contra Costa County Poetry Out Loud competition. Our first performer in the first round is Brian Nguyen, representing Deer Valley High School, grade 9. Brian is passionate about the law, public speaking, and leadership, with a broad interest in social sciences. He plans to pursue a career that makes a large-scale impact, and he enjoys analyzing complex issues and challenging himself. He wishes to pursue an Ivy League university after high school and further to law school. Please welcome Brian.
Hello. Today I will be reciting Poem with Human Intelligence by J. Estanislao Lopez. This century is younger than me. It dresses itself in a long overcoat of Enlightenment thinking. Despite the disappearing winter, it twirls the light-up fidget spinner, wand from the carnival of oil economies. In this century, chatbots write poems where starlings wander from their murmuration into the denim-thick clouds of a storm. When chatbots inevitably learn to kill their darlings, we'll ask if we're their darlings. We'll dive further inward, if not, or if so. In films, the intelligent computer always arrives at a misunderstanding with the human soul, because it lacks our ability to lie to ourselves, to feign hope and love through disillusion. Thank you.
Our next performer is... No, her name's not funny. I'm laughing at myself. Our next performer is Adri Walker, representing DVC College Now, grade 12. Adri is a senior at the College Now program, and next fall she will be studying political science. Adri hopes to become a lawyer, and when she is older, she hopes to manage a historical lighthouse. Please welcome Adri.
Thank you. What Women Are Made Of by Bianca Lynn Spriggs. There are many kinds of open. Audre Lorde. We are all ventricle, spine, lung, larynx, and gut. Clavicle and nape, what lies forked in an open palm. We are follicle and temple. We are ankle, arch, and sole, pore and rib, pelvis and root and tongue. We are wishbone. We are wishbone and gland and molar and lobe. We are hippocampus and exposed nerve and cornea, areola, pigment, melanin, nails. Varicose, cellulite. Divining rod, sinew and tissue. We are blood and salt. We are clay and aquifer. We are breath and flame and stratosphere. Palimpsest, bibelot, and cloisonne fine lines, marigold, hydrangea, and dimple. Nightlight, satellite, and stubble. We are pinnacle, plummet. Dark circles and dark matter, a constellation of freckles and specters and miracles and lashes. Both bent and erect, we are all give and give back. We are volta, girder. Make an incision in our nectary, and painted ladies sail forth. riding the back of a warm wind plumed with love and things like love. Crack us down to the marrow, and you may find us full of cicada husks and sand dollars and salted maple taffy, weary with welding together our daydreams. All sweet tea, razor blades, carbon, and patchwork quilts of good God and Lord have mercy. Our hands remember how to turn the earth before we do. Our intestinal fortitude, cumulonimbus streaked with saffron light. Our foundation not in our limbs or hips. This comes first as an amen, a hallelujah, a suckling, swaddled psalm sung at the cosmos' breast. You want to know what women are made of? Open wide and find out. Thank you.
Our next performer is Harper Isles, representing Pinole Valley High School, grade 12. Harper is a senior who enjoys performing monologues, songs, and in this case, poetry. She will study dramatic writing at NYU next year, and in her career, she hopes to act, write, and direct for film and theater. She loves chamomile tea. Please welcome Harper.
I heard a fly buzz when I died, by Emily Dickinson. I heard a fly buzz when I died. The stillness in the room was like the stillness in the air between the heaves of storm. The eyes around had wrung them dry, and breaths were gathering firm for that last onset, when the king be witnessed in the room. I willed my keepsakes, signed away what portion of me be assignable. And then it was there, interposed, a fly with blue, uncertain, stumbling buzz between the light and me. And then the windows failed. And then I could not see to see. Thank you.
Our next performer is Mayari Mendo Pagtacan, representing El Cerrito High School, grade 12. Mayari is of Filipino and Coxcan descent. She is a youth advocate with Elevate Youth California and plans to study biomedical engineering in college. Mayari loves to express herself musically by voice and flute playing. Please welcome Mayari.
That's good. Thank you. It would be neat if with the new year by Jimmy Santiago Baca. It would be neat if with the new year I could leave my loneliness behind with the old year. My leathery loneliness, an old pair of work boots. My dog vigorously head shakes back and forth in its jaws, chews on for hours every day in my front yard. Rain, sun, snow, or wind, in bare feet, pondering my poem, I'd look out my window and see that dirty pair of boots in the yard. But my happiness depends so much on wearing those boots. At the end of my day, while I'm in a chair listening to a Mexican corrido, I'd stare at my boots, appreciating all the wrong roads we've taken, all the drug and whiskey houses we've visited. And as the Mexican singer wails his pain, I smile at my boots, understanding every note in his voice. And strangers, when they see my boots rocking back and forth on my feet, keeping beat to the song, see how my boots are scuffed, tooth-marked, worn-soled. I keep wearing them because they fit so good, and I need them, especially when I love so hard. Where I go up those boulder-strewn trails, where flowers crack rocks in their defiant love for the light. Thank you.
Our next performer is Olivia Bueller, representing Los Lomas High School, grade 12. Olivia is a senior interested in economics and politics. Aside from being an avid speech and debater, she also loves playing and watching sports. Right now, she is a distance track runner and rock climber, and she watches every Warriors NBA game. In the future, she hopes to work in public policy so she can use her communication skills to drive change while also keeping time for sports on the side. Please welcome Olivia.
The World is Too Much with Us by William Wordsworth. The world is too much with us. Late and soon, getting and spending, we lay waste our powers. Little we see in nature that is ours. We have given our hearts away, a sordid boon. This sea that bears her bosom to the moon, the winds that will be howling at all hours, and are upgathered now like sleeping flowers. For this, for everything, we are out of tune. It moves us not. Great God, I'd rather be a pagan suckled in a creed outworn. So might I, standing on this pleasant lea, have glimpses that would make me less forlorn. Have sight of Proteus rising from the sea, or hear old Triton blow his wreathed horn. Thank you.
Our next performer is Grace Pastor, representing Independence High School, grade 12. Grace started out with extreme stage fright. At times, she would even cry when she was called on in class. Her goal was to be able to speak publicly, and poetry out loud is what really brought her out of her shell. This is her 4th year in POL, and it means so much to her in so many ways. She wants more than anything to be seen and share her love for poetry with others. Please welcome Grace.
Ah, why? Because the Dazzling Sun by Emily Bronte. Ah, why? Because the dazzling sun restored my earth to joy. Have you departed everyone and left a desert sky? All through the night, your glorious eyes were gazing down in mine, and with a full heart's thankful sighs, I blessed that watch divine. I was at peace and drank your beams as they were life to me, and reveled in my changeful dreams like petrel on the sea. Thought followed thought, star followed star, through boundless regions on, while one sweet influence near and far thrilled through and proved us one. Why did the morning rise to break? So great, so pure a spell, and scorch with fire the tranquil cheek where your cool radiance fell. Blood red he rose, and arrow straight, his fierce beam struck my brow. The soul of nature sprang elate, but mine sank sad. And lo, my lids closed down, through their veil I saw him blazing still, and bathe in gold the misty dale, and flash upon the hill. I turned me to the pillow then, to call back night and see your worlds of solemn light again throb with my heart and me. It would not do. The pillow glowed, and glowed both roof and floor, and birds sang loudly in the wood, and fresh wind shook the door. The curtains waved, the wakened flies were murmuring around my room, imprisoned there till I should rise and give them leave to roam. O stars and dreams and gentle night, O night and stars return, and hide me from the hostile light that does not warm, but burn, that drains the blood of suffering men, drinks tears instead of dew. Let me sleep through his blinding rain, and only wake with you.
Our next performer is Aaliyah Houston, representing San Ramon High School, grade 10. Aaliyah enjoys learning more about humans and human connections in the world. She devotes a lot of her time to varsity basketball, her family, and her 2 dogs, Bailey and Bella. Please welcome Aaliyah.
A Song in the Front Yard by Gwendolyn Brooks. I've stayed in the front yard all my life. I want to peek at the back, where it's rough and untended and hungry weed grows. A girl gets sick of a rose. I want to go in the backyard now, and maybe down the alley to where the charity children play. I want a good time today. They do some wonderful things. They have some wonderful fun. My mother sneers, but I say it's fine. How they don't have to go in at 8:45. My mother, she tells me that Joni May will grow up to be a bad woman, that George will be taken to jail soon or late on the count of last winter he sold our back gate. But I say it's fine, honest, I do. And I'd like to be a bad woman too, and wear the brave stockings of night black lace and strut down the streets with paint on my face. Thank you.
Our final performer in the first round is Lillian Hodges Johnson, representing Mount Diablo High School, grade 11. Growing up in extreme poverty and experiencing foster care drove Lillian to want to improve people's lives directly. She aims to become a lawyer, join the government, and raise awareness of social justice and environmental issues. Overall, she wants to represent the people and make a difference at some point in her life. Please welcome Lillian.
The Rights of Women by Anna Letitia Barbauld. Yes, injured woman, rise, assert thy right. Women, too long degraded, scorned, oppressed. O born to rule impartial laws despite, resume thy native empire o'er the breast. Go forth in Penelope divine, that angel pureness which admits no stain. Go, bid proud man his boasted rule resign, and kiss the golden scepter of thy reign. Go, bid proud man, Go, gird thyself with grace, collect thy store of bright artillery glancing from afar. Soft, melting tones thy thundering cannons roar, blushes and fears thy magazines of war. Thy rights are empire, urge no meaner claim, felt, not defined, and if debated, lost. Like sacred mysteries which withheld from fame, shunning discussion are revered the most. Try all that wit and art suggest to bend of thy imperial foe the stubborn knee. Make treacherous man thy subject, not thy friend. Thou mayest command, but never canst be free. Awe the licentious, restrain the rude, soften the sullen, clear the cloudy brow, be more than prince's gifts, thy favors sued. She hazards all who will the least allow. But hope not, courted idol of mankind, on this proud eminence secure to stay, subduing and subdued. Thou soon shalt find thy coldness soften, and thy pride give way. Then, abandon each ambitious thought. Conquest or rule thy heart shall feebly move. In nature's school, by her soft maxims taught, that separate rights are lost in mutual love. Thank you.
All right, folks, that is our first round. Give a round of applause to everybody who is stepping on this stage. All right, folks, welcome back. We are excited to get our second round underway, but first, before we do, we'd like to convey a little bit more gratitude because it's what we do, especially as poets. We'd like to thank Lynn, she was up here earlier giving a presentation. It didn't move, she's still there. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your support. We have Marcus, who's also both with the Contra Costa Office of Education, Communications and Special Projects. Happy for your support. Appreciate y'all being here. Robin and Brad, our tabulator and accuracy judge, thank you for you. Our Poetry Out Loud performance coaches, who you will see later on this afternoon, Jeremy Phillips and Jose Cordon, appreciate you. Jenny Belisle, our founding executive director, also here giving comments earlier. Appreciate her. Appreciate all of you. Thank you for you. And of course, Esther, also part of the Arts CCC program, our marketing and community outreach manager. Give a round of applause for our special thanks, folks. Thank you. Starting off our second round of the competition, our first performer is Aaliyah Houston, representing San Ramon High School, grade 10. Give a round of applause for Aaliyah.
April Midnight by Arthur Simons. Side by side through the streets at midnight, roaming together. Through the tumultuous night of London in the miraculous April weather. Roaming together under the gaslight, day's work over. How the spring calls to us here in the city, calls to the heart from the heart of a lover. Cool the wind blows, fresh on our faces, cleansing and tracing. After the heat and the fumes and the footlights where you dance and I watch your dancing. Good it is to be here together, good to be roaming, even in London, even at midnight. Lover-like in a lover's gloaming. You, the dancer, and I, the dreamer, children together, wandering lost in the night of London in the miraculous April weather.
Our next performer is Olivia Bueller, representing Las Lomas High School, grade 12.
Happy Hour by Lee Ann Rorypaw. I always forget the name Delphinium, even though it was the flower the hummingbirds loved best. They came in pairs, sleek, emerald bright heads, the clockwork machinery of their blurred wings thrumming swift, menacing engines. They slipped their beaks as if they were swizzle sticks, deep into the blue throat of Delphinium and sucked dry the nectar-chilled hearts like goblets full of sweet, frozen daiquiri. I liked to sit on the back porch in the evenings, watching them and eating Spanish peanuts, rolling each nut between thumb and forefinger to rub away the red, salty skin like brittle tissue paper until the meat emerged gleaming, yellow like old ivory, smooth as polished bone. And late August, after exclamations of gold flowers, tiny and bitter, the caragana trees let down their beans to ripen, dry, and rupture. At first, there was the soft drum of popcorn, slick with oil, puttering somewhere in between seed, heat, and cloud. Then, sharp cracks like cap gun or diminutive fireworks, caragana peas catapulting skyward like pellet missiles. Sometimes, a meadowlark would lace the night air with its elaborate melody, rippling and sleek as a black satin ribbon. Sometimes there would be a falling star. And because this happened in Wyoming, and because this was my parents' house, and because I'm never happy with anything, at any time, I always wished that I was somewhere, anywhere else, but here. Thank you.
Our next performer is Lillian Hodges Johnson, representing Mount Diablo High School, grade 11.
Invisible Children by Mariana Llanos. Invisible children fall through the cracks of the system like Alice in the rabbit hole. But these children won't find an eat me cake or a drink me bottle. They won't wake up on the lap of a loving sister. They'll open their eyes on the hand of a monster called negligence, who will poke them with its sharp teeth and bait them with its heartless laughter, like a wild thing in a wild rumpus. But the children won't awake to the smell of a warm supper, nor will they find a purple crayon to draw an escape door or a window. Instead, they'll make a mirror of a murky puddle on the city street, which won't tell them they're beautiful, but it'll show their scars, as invisible to others as these children are. Thank you.
Our next performer is Harper Isles, representing Pinole Valley High School, grade 12.
Amor Mundi by Christina Rossetti. Oh, where are you going with your love locks flowing on the west wind, blowing along this valley track? The downhill path is easy. Come with me, and it please ye, we shall escape the uphill by never turning back. So they two went together in glowing August weather. The honey-breathing heather lay to their left and right, and dear she was to dote on. Her swift feet seemed to float on the air like soft twin pigeons, too sportive to alight. Oh, what is that in heaven, where gray cloud flakes are seven? where blackest clouds hang riven, just at the rainy skirt. Oh, that's a meteor sent us, a message dumb, portentous, an undeciphered solemn signal of help or hurt. Oh, what's that? Glides quickly. Where velvet flowers grow thickly, their scent comes rich and sickly. A scaled and hooded worm. Oh, what's that? In the hollow. So pale, I quake to follow. Oh, that's a thin, dead body which waits the eternal term. Turn again? Oh, my sweetest! Turn again, false and fleetest, this beaten way thou beatest, I fear, is hell's own track. Nay, too steep for hill mounting. Nay, too late for cost counting. This downhill path is easy, but there's no turning back. Thank you.
Our next performer is Brian Nguyen, representing Deer Valley High School, grade 9.
Thank you. The Affliction of Richard by Robert Bridges. Love not too much, but how? When thou hast made me such, and dost thy gifts bestow, how can I love too much? Though I must fear to lose, and drown my joy in care, with all its thorns I choose the path of love and prayer. Though thou, I know not why, didst kill my childish trust, that breach with toil did I repair, because I must. In spite of frighting schemes with which the fiends of hell blaspheme thee in my dreams, I've hoped well. But what the heavenly key, what marvel in me wrought shall quite exculpate thee? I have no shadow of thought. What am I that complain? Love from which began my question, sad and vain, justifies thee to man. Thank you.
Our next performer is Mayari Mendo Pagtakan, representing El Cerrito High School, grade 12.
Blind Boone's Vision by Tahimba Jess. When I got old enough, I asked my mother, to her surprise, to tell me what she did with my eyes. She balked and stalled, sounding unsure for the first time I could remember. It was the tender way she held my face and kissed where tears should have rolled that told me I'd ask of her the almost impossible. To recount my blinding tale, to tell what became of the rest of me. She took me by the hand and led me to a small sapling that stood not much taller than me. I could smell the green marrow of its promise, reaching free of the soil like a song from earth's royal, dirty mouth. Then Mother told me how she, newly freed, had prayed like a slave through the night when the surgeon took my eyes to save my fevered life. Then got off her knees come morning to take the severed parts of me for burial, right there beneath that small tree. They fed the roots, climbed through its leaves to soak in sunlight. And so, she told me, I can see. When the wind rustles up and cools me down, when the earth shakes with footsteps, and when the sound of bird calls stirs forests like the black and white bustling neath my fingertips, I am of the light and shade of my tree. Now, ask me how tall that tree of mine has grown to be. After all this time, it touches a place between heaven and here. And I shudder when I hear the earth's wind in my bones, through the bones of that boxed up swarm of wood, bird and bee. I let it loose and beyond me. Thank you.
Our next performer is Grace Pastor, representing Independence High School, grade 12.
The Conqueror Worm by Edgar Allan Poe. Lo, 'tis a gala night within the lonesome latter years. An angel, throng, bewing, bedight in veils and round in tears, sit in a theater to see a play of hopes and fears, while the orchestra breathes fitfully the music of the spheres. Mimes in the form of God on high mutter and mumble low, and hither and thither fly. Mere puppets they, who come and go at the bidding of vast, formless things that shift the scenery to and fro, flapping from out their condor wings. Invisible woe. That motley drama, oh, be sure it shall not be forgot, with its phantom chase forevermore by a crowd that sees it not, through a circle that ever returneth into the self-same spot, and much of madness, and more of sin, and horror, the soul of the plot. But see, amid the mimic rout, a crawling shape intrude, a blood-red thing that writhes throughout the scenic solitude. It writhes, with mortal pangs the mimes become its food, and seraphs sob at vermin fangs and human gore imbued. Out are the lights, out all, and over each quivering form, the curtain, a funeral pall, comes down with the rush of a storm. While the angels, all pallid and wan, uprising, unveiling, affirm that the play is the tragedy Man, and its hero, the conqueror worm.
Our final performer in the second round is Adri Walker, representing DVC College Now, grade 12.
Thank you. Since There Is No Escape by Sarah Teasdale. It's okay. Since there is no escape, since at the end my body will be utterly destroyed, this hand I love as I have loved a friend, this body I tended, wept with, and enjoyed. Since there is no escape, even for me, who love life with a love too sharp to bear, the scent of orchards in the rain, the sea, and hours alone too still and sure for prayer. Since darkness waits for me, then all the more let me go down as waves sweep to the shore in pride, and let me sing with my last breath. In these few hours of light I lift my head. Life is my lover. I shall leave the dead if there is any way to baffle death. Thank you.
Well, that's the end of round 2, folks. That is a Poetry Out Loud competition. Give a round of applause for all of our students who came up today. What they have done is no small feat. It takes incredible bravery and confidence to engage with performance of poetry. Very well done, all of you. Thank you for your words. While the judges are tabulating the final scores, we have a few special guests with us here today that I would like to introduce, and some kind of closing out performances so that all the students can relax, breathe, and enjoy some poetry as well. I would like to bring up one of our performance coaches who's been working with our students this year. Please give a round of applause for Jeremy Phillips.
Hello, everyone. So I just want to say that I just want to thank God for just waking me up this morning and having me. It's an honor to be a part of such amazing young talent, especially being in high school. I've seen some of the stuff that you guys was doing and the stress and the nervousness and the anxiety and things like that. And you guys all did an amazing job. And I just want to say that keep it up. Don't stop. Win, lose, draw, whatever. Please don't stop. You guys are all amazing talent. And speaking of that, I brought an amazing friend that man, this guy, when I seen him perform, and he just like took the air out of my lungs. I was just like, man, I would love to, if there's any possibility, to bring him up to show his talent, because he's so passionate. He's a teacher, he's an author, and spoken word artist, and he pretty much does it all. And I talk to him all the time, and I just want to really shine a spotlight on him and what he's doing. He just wrote a book called Broken Pencils. It's one of the best sellers out right now, and he's doing everything he could, to help the youth and to inspire. And even with me, what I do, I work with the youth. I have a music therapy company and a nonprofit that I go around, and I won several awards, and I'm just trying my best just to help. And poetry, music, that saved my life. Growing up in Oakland, I've seen a lot, been through a lot. I actually moved out to Contra Costa County. I actually graduated from Mount Diablo High School, so I'm alumni. So it's great to be back in county, and I actually live back in Contra Costa County, but I never stopped working, in Oakland, in Richmond, in these places that's, it's unfortunate, and also do work out here too. So just be around the Bay Area and just be able to give back is the biggest thing. And the Warriors just recognized me last Friday, so I want to say thank the Warriors. I now have a partnership with the Warriors too. So if possible, thank you. I was able to bring 35 kids too on Saturday, out from lower community. So if I can, I want to do more things for the community, for Contra Costa County, for Richmond, just Oakland, anywhere I'm at. I just want to be able to give back and to be here. Thank you guys for showing up. So with no further ado, I have to bring my good friend J.R. Rice out, and there's so much amazing talent. I see a lot of other poets out here too. And I just want to say thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, RCC. Thank you for allowing Poetry Out Loud to keep going for 20 years strong, because we need it. And who knows, somebody in here is going to be really big, and this was all started. So thank you guys for the support, and let's go.
Whoa, that's a lot of lights. Wow, a lot of beautiful people. Hey, when I say J, you say rise. J, J, name so nice, you gotta say it twice. J, J, yeah, Poetry Out Loud. Make some noise if we're alive. We're alive on a Saturday. Yeah, I'm Jay Rice. Jay Rice, name so nice, people often say it. Oh, just checking. As Jeremy said, I am an English teacher. Thanks. I am a broke author. Hey, and I'm a spoken word artist. Hey, thank you. And there's this hurt inside my soul. There's a pain that I can't let go. There's a damage inside my soul. There's a damage I can't control. I've been hurt. I feel damaged. Raise your hand if you're feeling hurt. Raise your hand if you're feeling damaged. Yeah, this piece is for you. You are what remains from damage. Through this pain, you managed to gain an understanding. Your name is no longer damaged. You are what remains from damage. Through this pain, you managed to gain an understanding. Your name is no longer damaged. Your life is for living. Yeah, everybody, just repeat that. Your life is for living, meaning more than survival, rising above idle or suicidal, and then reaching your arrival of self-actualization. You see, once an extension, you live for different reasons. You might change with the seasons, or you might stay the same with deeper feelings, like seeking your soulmate yet found, or leading future minds toward a better now. Your living doesn't mean hanging on a cliff upside down, nor hating every upside or down that exists. So what is living your bliss? Someone ask, what is living your bliss? Thank you. Finding the right roles for yourself, traveling the right road by yourself, and then knowing that with just a little help, you can achieve the chosen goals for yourself. No, hope won't be easy. And yes, hard pain will be felt, but above all else, your living will leave a lasting legacy and a crafty elegy. For all the sing and self-revelry, there I lived on an edge, advanced, descended, and impacted the earth's bed. Here I remain to regain above this damage and pain. People, repeat after me. I am. Oh, louder, I am. What remains from damage through this pain, I managed to gain an understanding. My name is no longer damaged. Who am I? I am free. Who am I? I am free. Who am I? I am free. Who am I? I am me. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a blessed day. All of y'all have been inspiring to me. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the winners. Thank y'all. Thank you, Brennan. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate this. I wish y'all health and wealth. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, JR. Keep it going for JR Rice. All right, for our final performance today, I'd like to welcome up our second performance coach who has been working with our students. Please give a round of applause for the Poet Laureate of Antioch, Jose Cordon.
You know, I'm not gonna say nothing about the fact you didn't move this mic down, man. You've been doing that all night. I was about to say, hey man, he's been the best mic mover. I don't think I've been to an event with a better microphone manager. It was just perfect for every single poet. Clap it up for Brandon, clap it up. So, I'm gonna share a quick poem and then I'm gonna share just a few minutes afterwards about some of my experience here with Poetry Out Loud. But in the spirit of some of what Jay Rice was doing, clap it up one more time for Jay Rice, everybody. This poem that I'm gonna share, I shared recently in Mr. Tim's classroom, right? And so I believe Brian might have heard this. And I've never asked this before for this particular piece, but I want to see how it works, okay? So there's a few lines that I repeat throughout the poem. And the first, I'm not going to necessarily ask you to repeat, but eventually I'm going to ask you to repeat it, okay? So this is what I would like you to repeat. He was walking around with his guitar. Since he was little, he wanted to be a big star. But he was walking around with his head down. He only plays for the wind and the birds now. Okay. So I'm going to get into it, and I'm going to point at you, and if you remember it, go ahead and say it, okay? I know, it might not be that easy. He was walking around with his guitar. Since he was little, he wanted to be a big star. But he was walking around with his head down. He only plays for the wind and the birds now. His skin has scars that tell a story of how he's traveled far. On his 2 feet with his guitar, playing to empty streets and shining stars and alleyways, on park benches and passing cars always stop and stare with their windows up. And he plays and plays with his eyes closed because he no longer gives up about who sees him, who hears him, He just plays to play because it is what he loves. It gets him through his days, and his days are tough. His hands are rough and his smile is warm. But unless he's playing his guitar, he doesn't smile much anymore. And that's when I saw him. He was walking around with his guitar. Since he was little, he wanted to be a big star. But he was walking around with his head down. He only plays for the wind and the birds now. His skin has scars of battles past with callous hands that are built to last. And though they tremble now because of age, they play the strings with perfect grace. So he walks and walks while he plays and plays, singing to the wind and birds both night and day. He sings with pride and joy and sorrow. He sings and plays like there is no tomorrow. He sings and sings and sings and sings without a care of what tomorrow brings. He's lost in trance, in song and dance. The sound of strings are his romance. He sings and sings until he can't. He plays and plays until he's cramped. He sings and plays and plays and sings. He sings and plays because he's afraid. Afraid that on the day he is laid stiff and cold inside a grave, no one will sing. No one will play. He is alone, alone as he was walking around with his guitar. Since he was little, he wanted to be a big star. But he was walking around with his head down. He only plays for the wind and the birds now. That poem is called Tired Dreams. And the reason I wanted to share it today, similar to what I told Mr. Tim's class, there's a variety of ages in this room today, right? Clearly. Perhaps some of our older folks can let the younger folks know that dreams don't go away easily. That dreams don't just go to sleep. And those dreams you feel as young people will remain in you as you get older. One of my hopes and aspirations, the day that I'm gone, I hope that one of my legacies could be that kids the age of these young folks, if not younger, dream of becoming poets. When that isn't much of a dream for a lot of young people right now. Why is that? Because of the broke artist, the broke author, that whole psyche of having to have more and more and more. I hope that one day there is a time when youngsters can dream the dream that they want, and hopefully one of those dreams is to become poets. It was a great honor and pleasure being able to share be able to participate as a coach with some of these youngsters. I do believe in my whole heart that Contra Costa is entering a new stage for its arts and culture community, in particular for its poets. In this room here, we have some amazing poets. And I don't just mean the youngsters. I mean also some of the older folks. Some of you I don't know, but some of you I do know. And I could tell you for a fact that within Contra Costa County, there are poets out there putting in the work to make sure that the youngsters can dream that dream. And so my message to you today, before I get off that stage, is youngsters, poetry might not be your dream. It may not. This might have been a simple class assignment for you. But I will tell you what, whatever dream that is, that you are dreaming currently at this stage, whether it's to be a basketball player like Aaliyah, right? Whether it's to do some analytical stuff like Brian, whatever it is you want to do, you can do it. Why? Because you are at this age, you're so young, but not only that, you also have a village here, a community here. I've also spoken to some of your teachers, and they believe in you so much, so much. You have advocates for you. You have people that believe in you. It is up to you to believe in your own dreams. And I hope one day we share another stage together if you become a poet. If you decide you want to continue down this path. My name is Jose Cordon. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. It is an honor. Muchas gracias. Before I get off, actually, a little plug. I got some flyers back there that I hope to share with some of you today. Sorry, youngsters, it is a 21 and up event, okay? So no youngsters allowed, no kiddos. But for the rest of you that are interested in participating and experiencing some more poetry, I'm putting on an event called The Love and War of Poetry in Antioch, California. If any of you know anything about Antioch is going through some things, man. And there's a lot of pain there. And we're trying to use arts as a way to change that narrative. So I have some of those flyers. Go ahead and talk to me after the show. Muchas gracias.
Ready? All right. Everybody, please give another round of applause for the ArtsCC Executive Director, Jenny Belisle.
Thank you, Brennan. Okay. This was an incredible afternoon. I can't think of a better time what we did today, Brennan. Thank you. If you look at today's program, there's a quote by Maya Angelou, which our lead advisor, Nava Mizrahi, recommended. It says on that courage is the most important of all virtues because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently. And I just want to reiterate the importance of the arts because the arts are going to be the stabilizing force as we move forward. The arts speak to the human experience. And sometimes our existence is a radical act. But we move forward in compassion and joy and respect. The arts foster creativity, empathy, and understanding of the world around us. The arts provide connection and serve as a catalyst for social change. So today, each student, you displayed courage and strength, more than even adults and elders that I know. I want to thank you for providing that hope and that inspiration for the future, and I truly mean that. Thank you to everyone today and here that you are in the support of our youth. We see you, we thank you. Okay, let's get to the business. Brennan, come on. Come on, Brennan. Let's get to the awards.
Y'all want to know who won? All right. It is time to announce our top placing performers and find out which of these phenomenal students will be representing Contra Costa at the state competition next month. Each of our performers today worked really hard to get here, and we appreciate the effort and skill it takes to be on this stage. So thank you for being part of the program. You are all winners to me. In third place, oh wait, let's have all the students come up here. Everybody line up on the stage. And in fact, before we announce, we actually have some gift bags to give you just for being a part of the program, for making it this far, for being your school champions. So let's, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Exact cue for folks to bring them back from stage right, I believe. Stage aft, forward, right, something, I don't know. We also have certificates that thank them for being a part of the program, something commemorative. And yeah, it's just, I'm grateful to be in a room full of poets. Those performing, those judging, those who do not know they are poets yet. Y'all have a story. We need your poem. You should start writing. Oh yeah, that's another thing. We have t-shirts as well for our contestants. They will have to come over and pick their sizes when y'all are done. We got, they're provided by our performance coach, Jeremy Phillips. And now, wait, no, certificates. Certificates are great. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's exciting. Uno más? No. Does everybody have their certificate? All right, cheers. Oh, I'm waiting for nobody right now. It's just me. It's just me. All right. In third place, receiving a $50 Visa gift card. Please make some noise. I'm not going to do that like award show thing. I'm going to make sure I get the names right. All right. In third place, please give it up for Harper Isles. Our runner-up and recipient of a $100 Visa gift card, who will be taking the place of our champion if for any reason they cannot go to Sacramento. Our runner-up is Aaliyah Houston. And in first place, drum roll please, representing Contra Costa at the California State Competition, receiving a $200 Visa gift card and your 2025 Poetry Out Loud champion. Please give it up for Olivia Bueller. All right, folks, if you wouldn't mind opening your certificates, because it will look really pretty for a picture for all the folks who are taking. Hey, a photo op. If anybody wanted a photo of this onstage moment, this would seem like a great time to do so. So feel free. The judges are not important anymore. You're welcome to step in front of them. So if anybody wants a picture, now come on down and do so. We're the performance coaches. Thank you all for being a wonderful audience. Thank you for you. Have a wonderful afternoon. Happy Saturday.